My mission specifically was to act as an advise and assist team to the Ministry of Peshmerga in Erbil. So I was working with the Kurds, also working with our coalition partners and how they trained and resourced the Peshmerga.
The mission initially was to go over and partner with the Iraqis and continue to train them for their follow-on missions against ISIL. And then we transitioned a little bit to the advise and assist mission to help them into combat operations.
And one of the concerns that we had was how are our Iraqi partners going to perceive us after having left at the end of Operation New Dawn, and what themes are they carrying, good or bad, that will inform our initial relationship. And I was pleased to learn and experience that we were welcomed back with open arms. They were really happy that we were there, and so I was happy to see the same level of commitment and trust and partnership that I had recalled from previous deployments.
When the brigade first arrived, the NATO Operations Command really didn't exist. They had a few officers. However, over the course of time, they went from having just a few officers to having a complete staff, having 2 battalions that worked directly for them. Shortly before we left, they moved out to a camp near the eastern border of Iraq. And then shortly thereafter, they've moved up to Camp Makhmour up in the Kurdistan region in preparation for follow-on operations in the future to be able to liberate Nineveh and Mosul.
We set the build, partner, and capacity sites located at Besmaya and at Taji, and our guys were responsible for training the Iraqi army units to prepare them to go out into the fight.
The Iraqi units, they show up to us having a basic understanding of how to do soldier tasks with a little bit of an understanding of how to do fire and maneuver at a small unit level. And we put them through 6-week and 3-week POIs, periods of instruction. So 6-week instruction is really just a lot of basic buddy team movements, teaching them marksmanship, making sure they understand how to actually fire and maneuver as a small team, and move all the way up to squad live fires. After that, they go into a 3-week short period of instruction. And that is more collective tasks, moving up to closer to a platoon to a company live fire with them fighting as a larger element.
The biggest thing that we were trying to do, especially as we were advising the Iraqis, is to teach them the value of predictive intelligence. So taking the information they had and turning it into, and analyzing it and turning it into something where they could see what the enemy was doing and be able to predict the enemy's next few moves.
I'd go out and visit training and see our guys, doing individual training with the Iraqis on the ground, for instance, utilizing the NATO weapons that were provided. And you see the confidence that is instilled. They have the will to fight. They want us to be there. We are kind of like their security blanket. We don't really have to do anything, but just the fact that we're there to provide them, what they need, it makes a big difference. And I think the brigade was very successful in the mission.
We took Iraqi forces who had very little ability to do collective, even buddy level fire maneuver. And by the time that we would push them out to begin fighting against other regions of the country, they were very well equipped. So they had new weapons, equipment, and they had the basic understanding of how to fight together as a team.
It resonates that this is a commitment, and that we are part of that commitment, and we're there to help. There are relationships that we built in the first 8 years that we were there that we were able to capitalize on.
The relationship that I had with my counterpart, and I know I speak for the rest of our team, that we had with our staff counterparts in the BOC, those bonds were greater than anything we have experienced in similar roles and in similar capacities in Iraq and Afghanistan over the past decade.